Hi friends, with the declaration of elections by the Election Commissioner of India, West Bengal along with other states, but particularly West Bengal is very much hot. A hot debate is going on in both the rival groups. One group is headed by Trinamool Congress, another group is headed by BJP, Bharatiya Janata Party. Okay, so in West Bengal, the ruling Trinamool Congress has initiated an impeachment procedure along with India alliance, okay, and they have got signature of 100, probably more than 130 MPs in the Lok Sabha and 60 or 63 MPs in the Rajya Sabha. Okay, I would like to say in this video what is the procedure of removing an election commissioner, particularly the chief election commissioner. Here in this case, West Bengal, particularly the Trinamool Congress party is complaining, and along with other parties, along with other similar minded parties, those who have put their signature, so they have 260 strength in the Lok Sabha. Out of that, they have attained 130 signatories, okay, signatures of the MPs. So those 130 signatories in the in the Lok Sabha and another 60 MPs or 63 MPs in the Rajya Sabha have become of similar mind to impeach the election commissioner of India, Mr. Gyanesh Kumar. Okay, why they are angered? Why they want to impeach the chief election commissioner? According to them, the chief election commissioner has misbehaved with the chief minister, because chief minister of India, when chief minister of West Bengal went to Delhi to see the chief election commissioner, at that time she had to sit for some time, and he even did not stand up to show courtesy against the chief minister, in front of the chief minister of West Bengal. Now we the people of political science are well aware who is greater in position and who is not. If we discuss the constitution, it will be cleared whether who should stand up and who should sit or who should salute to other. This is the election, this is the constitution. If we discuss the constitution, if we analyze the constitution, if we read through the constitution, we will understand the powers and functions of a chief minister during election and the powers and functions of chief election commissioner during the elections, okay, or throughout the year, you can say. You see, the India alliance led by Trinamool Congress initiated an impeachment procedure in which they said that, what is their complaint? Their complaint that chief minister, that the election commissioner has misbehaved with them, and chief election commissioner is working partially, not impartially. Election commissioner of India is working partially, but mainly under the guidance or influence of the Prime Minister of India or the BJP. Okay, you see, what does the earlier it was still this is the procedure that if one chief election commissioner has to be removed from his office, there is a certain procedure. What is the certain procedure? Supreme Court judges in India are normally removed by the President under Article 124(4) of the grounds of proved misbehavior. Remember, only two causes: proved misbehavior, that is, we say Ashadacharan. In Bengali, we have read when we were students of political science in our college life, we studied that Ashadacharan or Ashadacharan, that is, in English it is said misbehavior, number one. Number two is incapacity or samartha. Incapacity, if he becomes mad, if he becomes insane, if he turns mentally or physically unfit, then only So there are two provisions, and the Constitution of India says that the Chief Election Commissioner or Election Commissioner can be removed from his office on the basis, methods and procedures as is impeached to the judges of Supreme Court by the Parliament. Okay, right. So the process requires a motion passed by both houses of Parliament in the same session. Remember, in the same session, to be passed in both houses of Parliament with a special majority of the total members and a 2/3 majority of the members present and voting. উপস্থিত ও ভোট প্রদানকারী সদস্যদের অধিকাংশের দ্বারা অনুমোদন ক্রমে তার ইমপিচমেন্ট হতে পারে। ওকে, সো ইউ সি কনস্টিটিউশন অ্যান্ড লিগাল ফ্রেমওয়ার্ক, it is said article 124 within bracket 4 sets the constitutional basis for the removal of Supreme Court judges. Article 124 and 5 empowers Parliament to regulate the removal procedure through law, and Judges Inquiry Act 1968 regulates the procedure for the investigation of misbehavior. So judges misbehavior or the misbehavior, if you want to prove the misbehavior of the Chief Election Commissioner, you have to prove that he has misbehaved. For that reason there should be an investigation. Okay, there is regulation of procedure mentioned in the Constitution of India. And the steps for removal, motion initiative. At first you will have to initiate a motion to the Parliament, a motion, a removal motion of a Supreme Court judge, or as a here in case of Chief Election Commissioner, must be signed by at least 100 members in the Lok Sabha or 50 members of the Rajya Sabha and submitted to the Speaker or Chairman. Okay, here in this case the opposition parties led by Trinamool Congress has given or initiated the motion properly. Properly means properly with the number of MPs required for that purpose, it's okay. Next, there will be investigation. Who will investigate? Say a 3-member committee. A 3-member committee will investigate. Who will consist in the 3-member committee? Number 1, Supreme Court judge, Chief Justice of High Court, and a distinguished jurist investigates the charges. Okay, in case of removal of the judge of a Supreme Court. Similarly, the similar method and procedure is applicable to the Chief Election Commissioner of India, right? And then there will be voting in Parliament. If the committee finds the judge, here in case of Chief Election Commissioner, is guilty, both houses of Parliament pass the motion with a special majority. Then presidential order, then the president issues an order for removal after the passing of the motion, right? Here the union judiciary, you see, I told that this is the procedure. It has been mentioned that there shall be a Supreme Court of India. Similarly, there shall be a Chief Election Commissioner in India, and the procedure of impeach a judge of a Supreme Court and the procedure for impeach of a Chief Election Commissioner will be the same, right? So this is very ridiculous. This is really very ridiculous for the Trinamool Congress party to initiate an impeachment procedure or impeachment motion against the Chief Election Commissioner. How many MPs are there? How many MPs they have in the Parliament? They have only 29 MPs in the Lok Sabha or lower house. So you see, with 29 seats in the Lok Sabha from West Bengal, and they have 13 seats in upper chamber of the Parliament, that is in Rajya Sabha. So with how many? 29 and 13. 29 plus 10, 39 and 3, 32. 39 and 2, 42. with these, only with this small number of MPs, you are daring to impeach the Chief Election Commissioner, who is equivalent to earlier, before 1991, who was equivalent to a Supreme Court judge, because his salary and perks, but now his salary and perks are as per the cabinet secretary. So a cabinet secretary, he draws like Chief Election Commissioner draws 3,50,000 rupees as salary, and other perks are there. Okay, so that's different. I am not going to discuss all those things. My strength is that India in Parliament, how many in India Jot, I mean there are 230 seats. Okay, and the total member of Lok Sabha in Lok Sabha is 543. So if you calculate 543, it means 274. You have to minimum. You have to be 274 members. You have to be on minimum in the Lok Sabha to get it passed. But you have only 230. Out of 230, how many gave signature? Only 130 members of India have signed in the what do you say? They have 230 seats in the 18th Lok Sabha, but only how many? Only 130 people in the Lok Sabha have put their signature to remove the Election Commissioner of India. Okay, so this proposal is really ridiculous, because it will go to a selection. The procedure for legislation stipulates that the appointment to the Chief Election Commissioner and other election commissioners shall be made by the President based on the recommendation of a selection committee. The selection committee is comprised of, I told you, with the Prime Minister head and the opposition leader, that is now Rahul Gandhi, and a member of his cabinet. Okay, so these election commissioners, you are going to impeach these election commissioners on the basis that he has misbehaved with you. But misbehaved, that will have to be proved, that the Chief Election Commissioner has misbehaved with you. Number two, you have to prove that he is ineffective, or he is not, he is unable to perform his duties. He is not, he has not capacity. It means incapacity. Only there are two provisions. So the IAS officers or IPS officers, those who have passed the UPSC civil service examination, they all are aware of it. But I think that, do they have the intellectual poverty? Really, they have poverty of political analysts, of educated or that kind of political scientists who could aid and advise this kind of leaders, opposition leaders in India. I feel shame sometimes that why don't they hire the political scientists like us? We can guide them properly on the basis of the constitution, because if you claim that you will win the battle against the Chief Election Commissioner prior to the election, and you see election has already been declared, and all the procedures here in West Bengal, because when after the declaration of the elections in India in 5 states, there was a question answer session. In that question answer session, many reporters from different parts of India gathered in the program, and most of the reporters were asking about the elections in West Bengal. So this is really a shameful matter when the people are mostly concerned about the free and fair election in West Bengal, because we have seen, all the people, all the world have seen, not only India, not only we the Bengali people, throughout the world, we the Indians, the world people, all the people have watched the post-poll and pre-poll violence have happened in India, in particularly in West Bengal. So the job of administration is to check, control, regulate the violence. Even when the Home Minister came to India, when the then BJP President J.P. I.N.D.I.A came to India, came to Kolkata or came to West Bengal last during Lok Sabha elections, or after that, we have seen their violence. People have started throwing stones and people have started violence in front of the Home Minister of India. My God, can you imagine? You see the dare, you see the brave, you see the brave, you see the how they are excited, how they have been given permission to do all these things. Can a civilized society bear all this misbehavior of political goons? No. The West Bengal people now seeks good administration. They seek transparent administration. They seek, people of West Bengal seek free and fair elections. There should not be any violence, there should not be any death, there should not be any slapping, there should not be any bombing, there should not be any violation of poll conduct. There should not be everywhere the election commission will have to interfere. Without election commissioners' strict interference, the election in West Bengal can never be free and fair. I am very much happy that the Election Commissioner of India has already initiated or already taken very bold steps which never we have seen in West Bengal, because by transferring to non-election related job to the Chief Secretary of West Bengal, Home Secretary, Chief Secretary, Police Commissioner, CP and Deputy Inspector General or Inspector General of Police, all have been transferred, and many of the officers, or I will not say corrupt officers, I will say many of the I can definitely say the loyal officers who have been failed, loyal of the state government, loyal officers of the state governments who earlier have been failed to control or check the violence in their respective localities or in their respective jurisdiction have failed. They have been transferred or they have been given to the duty of observer in other states, while according to the Chief Election Commissioner or according to the report of the performance of the other officers, those who are there have been promoted or have been brought to the administration. This administration, they say that under this administration, the government of India's Election Commission will conduct election, and they hope that the election will be free and fair and transparent and without violation. And I also expect that there will be no violation, of electoral rule, or election will be free and fair with the people the teachers who go to as the as the presiding officer, and all other polling personnel will be free, safe, and there will not be violence, there will not be bombing, there will not be chappa vote, because in every election in last many years I have been doing as presiding officer, working as presiding officer for last 25 years. So I have seen that in many elections there are corruption, but the level of corruption and level of false voting, the number of chappa votes have been increased many folds during the rule or regime of the Trinamool Congress party. But we cannot say, because if we say, then there will be the video office, they say that you show proof that there was violence, and if we say to the police, they say that chaliye nin, kono problem korben na. So we do not say, and under the nose of the police those things are done, and there in this election there should be CCTV camera, active CCTV camera in all the booths. Okay, there will not be chappa vote. The police should be active, the military should be active, the defense personnel, defense force, those who come should be active and should help, assist to the polling officers. Okay, with this I would like to conclude that. Thank you very much.